Have you ever had a conversation with someone and even though you understand each word coming out of their mouth, you just couldn't understand what they were saying? If you're looking to better your relationships, be better with people, be more charismatic, and become more confident in that social area of your life, then this video may be for you. Welcome back to the ICRA Playbook. Today we'll be exploring the book Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erickson to learn the 4 types of human behaviors and personality types. You'll be able to identify yours and better understand how we can interact with the other personality archetypes. The author divides people into 4 main color-coded personality types: red, yellow, green, and blue. Reds are dominant, they're assertive, and like to take charge. They are natural-born leaders. Yellows are social, energetic, and creative. These people are very charismatic. Greens are calm, loyal, and easygoing. These are the peacemakers who don't love conflict. Blues are analytical, detail-oriented, and logical. They can be a bit of a perfectionist because they value precision. If we were to put these 4 colors on a chart, it may be able to help you visualize the differences a bit better. On the horizontal spectrum, it indicates each color's response to conflicts. If an issue were to arise, on the left we have red and yellows who are more extroverted. Both will be outwardly expressive and active if they were ever stressed or were to face a problem. However, while reds will dive into work to take control of the situation, yellows will talk to more people and have more conversations. On the right, we have blue and greens who are more introverted. Both will be more inwardly reflective and more passive if they were to ever be in stress or were to face an issue. Blues may seek some type of isolation where they can reflect and think through decisions privately, while greens will retreat and recover, maybe with a few close and familiar relationships. The horizontal spectrum can also indicate each color's response to risk-taking. The more active red and yellows will be more likely to take risks. However, while reds might take a bit more capital risk, yellows will connect and have more conversations with strangers. The more passive green and blues are less likely to take risks. They hate screwing up and looking bad, and so they will be a lot more cautious and more resistant to change. They are happy sticking to their routines. On the vertical spectrum, we have the task versus relationship spectrum. On the top, we have red and blues who prioritize tasks and results, and so they are less concerned with someone's personal feelings. While on the bottom, we have yellow and greens who are more relationship oriented and do what they can to not upset others. This also provides insight on each color's decision-making styles. Red and blues make decisions on logic, whereas yellow and greens make decisions on feelings, intuition, and social proof. Let's get right into how we can navigate these different type of personality styles. The red personality type is dominant, assertive, and a goal-driven leader. Reds thrive on competition, efficiency, and getting results. They are direct, confident, and don't waste time with unnecessary details. And so if you've ever met someone who speaks fast, makes quick decisions, and doesn't sugarcoat anything, chances are they're red. They value action over emotions, which makes them incredibly effective in these type of leadership roles, but it can also make them seem very, very blunt, impatient, or even aggressive at times. If you're a red, you might relate to someone like Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada. She is goal-driven, result-driven, ambitious, and you can just tell in several scenes, especially in the beginning of the movie, that she isn't afraid of hurting one's feelings. This could be you, or this could remind you of someone in your life. If you're dealing with a red, the key is to be direct and to get to the point. They don't really care for small talk or over-the-top explanations. If you have something to say it confidently and say it with purpose. Don't mistake their intensity for rudeness. It's just how they operate, and that is how they are able to be so efficient. Reds are the type to take control of a situation, make quick decisions, and expect others to keep up. If you can match their energy, energy and respect their time, you'll earn their respect in return. The yellow personality type is an energetic, creative, and outgoing type person. They're the life of the party, thriving on excitement, new experiences, and connections. Yellows are the big picture thinkers, so they love brainstorming and inspiring others, but they can struggle with details or following through. Spontaneous and easily distracted, they might even seem scattered at times. If you're a yellow, you might resonate with someone like Marilyn Monroe. She's flirty, she's charismatic, and overall, she seems like a social butterfly. When you're interacting with a yellow, match their energy and engage in their ideas. They respond really well to positivity, encouragement, and flexibility. And so if you were to avoid being overly critical or controlling, they'll allow them the space to express themselves freely. The green personality type is calm, supportive, and very focused on the overall harmony and peace of the situation and between people. They value relationships and they seek peace in their interactions. The greens are reliable, patient, and good listeners, and often they put the needs of others before their own. However, they may avoid conflict and be reluctant to express their true feelings if it risks upsetting others. If you've seen The Office, Pam Beesly may be the perfect example of greens, someone who prefers stability, she is emotionally driven, and avoids conflict. If you've seen High School Musical, then someone like Gabriela Montez, you can see how she fits the green archetype as well. And so to connect with the green, offer a calm and supportive environment and acknowledge their contributions without overwhelming them. They appreciate genuine connection over superficial interactions, and they value loyalty and stability. And so time will work in your favor. For blues, their personality is analytical, detail-oriented, and focused on accuracy and facts. They are logical thinkers who value structure and they value precision. Blues are almost perfectionists when it comes to work because they are very methodical and ensure that everything is done correctly before making decisions. They can be reserved and prefer to express themselves through their work rather than through emotions. Now, if you're someone who is more analytical like blues, you might resonate with Beth Harmon from The Queen's Gambit. They value precision, rules, structure, and they are cautious. To connect with a blue, respect their need for clarity and be clear and organized in your communication. They really appreciate well thought out solutions and need time to process information before making decisions, especially ones that are important. One color's weakness may be another's strength, and we cannot celebrate that until we become aware of it. And so I hope that this episode was able to help you better understand human behavior that Thomas Erickson helped categorize into 4 different personality types for us. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. I hope to see you in the next one. And in the meantime, as always, stay hot. Bye.